Okay, today we are going to be doing compare and ordering decimals, okay? So we're just looking at our place values. So first of all, to start off, what is a larger place value? A tenth or 100? Which one has a larger place value? Marilyn? Okay. Which is a larger place value? Tenth or 100? Tenth, yeah, right. Okay. So let's show that. Let's take our I'm going to open this with annotate. Let's take and waiting for this to open and annotate. Here we go. So if you were, is the first one 3/10? I can't see it on my screen right now.
Yeah, she.
Okay, so the first one is 3/10. The internet is going so slow today. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's take and shade 3/10 on here. It's kind of messy, but 3/10 here. Okay? Everybody see that? Okay. Now we're going to shade 11/100ths. Okay? So I don't want you to confuse. Let's just look at this. So how many tenths would I shade? Look in the tenths place value. How many tenths? 1. So that means it's 10 of these little squares make 1/10 right here. Do you agree that's the same amount as over here? Okay. And then how many of the squares do I shade? 1. Okay, that's 11/10. Okay, looking at that, think of these amount fractions and how we need to have a common denominator. Okay, all right. Let's look at the common denominator. If we did that, we would have 30/100ths and 11/100ths. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. 30/100ths, because if I cut these squares, this line, and gave all the squares in it, how many squares little squares would be in there? 30, if the hundredths. Okay. So which one is bigger? 30/100ths. So 30/100ths is larger than 11/10ths. Or 3/10ths is larger than 11/10ths. Okay, I'm going to show you, we can give common denominators or we can stack up. Okay, so let's stack them up. This is how I like it. When I'm taking two numbers to compare, and especially when they have decimals, I stack them. Everybody do this off to your side. Okay, and then I fill in any bubbles with zeros, any empty spaces with zeros. And then, so everybody thumbs up when you have that written down on your paper with all your place values, your tenths, hundredths, and thousandths lined up. Okay. Now, you start at the largest place value, which is ones that are zeros. Okay. If they have the same number, you move to the next largest place value. What is the next largest place value after 1?
Thousands.
After 1? Tenths. Tenths. So we're going to look at the tenths. Between the 8 and the 1, which one is larger?
The 8.
The 8. So we're going to stop because it's larger. So 88 hundredths is larger than 125 thousandths. Because on 125 thousandths, how many columns of tens would be colored in? Just one of the tenths. Okay? On the 88 hundredths, how many columns of tenths would be colored in? 8 of them. Okay? So that's why it's bigger. We can also compare making this into fraction, or making it into a fraction. So we would say 8, and then bring it over the place value, thousandths, compared to 125 thousandths. Okay, and then I just fill in the 0 to make it go out to the thousandths place. Did you see that I did that? Okay, and then I do my fraction. My denominator is the last place value that's listed, which is thousandths. Okay, everybody see that? So I can compare it that way, or I can compare it this way. And if we look back up here, if I were to shade 8 of these, they would be shaded all the way over to here, because there's 8 tenths. And this only has how many tenths? 1/10. So it would be this, and then 25 of the little squares. Or 2 of the little squares, and then those little squares cut into tens, and 5 more of them on the next square. Okay? All right? So only 2 of those square, 1/10, then 2 hundredths, and then I would take the next square and cut those into 10 and color 5 of them. Okay? So you can tell the 8 tenths is a lot bigger than the 1/10. All right, let's go to this one, which is greater. So what I like to do is I'm going to line up my place values again. Everybody do this. And then I'm going to fill in zeros. Okay? And when I filled in zeros, I could write that as 6 thousandths, 600 thousandths, 920 thousandths, or 606 thousandths. Because my last place value here is thousandths. And I filled in zeros to bring it over to the thousandths, because my very last number I'm comparing is thousandths. Okay? So let's start. Our largest place value is the ones that we have listed, but they're all a what in the ones place value? All 0. So if they're all the same number, we're going to march to the next number. Okay, these are all 0. So we're going to march to the what place value after ones? Tenths. Okay, we're going to look at the tenths. Is there one of the tenths that is larger than any of them? 9. So we're going to stop there, and we're going to say what is the biggest decimal value? 92. Everybody say that when I snap. Ready? Go.
92.
Okay, say it again.
92.
Hundredths. The 2 is in what place value? Hundredths. So that's what we say last, whatever the last number's in. Okay, or I could look here and see which one's bigger. This is. Okay? All right, let's move to the next page. You are going to partner practice this for a second, okay? Write each, wait, just a minute. Shh, just a minute, listen to me. Write each decimal as a fraction to determine which is greater. So you're going to, you can write it as a fraction or you can stack it. Watch me, I'm going to do this one with you. When I stack it, it helps me write it as a fraction. What am I going to fill in here? A 0. So this is now 40, and what's the 0 in the place value of? What's the 5 and the 0 in the place value of? Hundredths. So I'm going to write hundredths, and then 35 is already in the hundredths, and I compare that. Or I can just march down and compare them. Okay? So pick which one you want to do, and it would be 4/10 is bigger than 35/100. Because you're gonna color in 4 whole tenths, and the other one's only gonna have 3/10 colored in a little bit halfway down the other bar for the 500s, okay? 5 little squares, okay? Do you guys visually see that? Okay. I could also, I want to show you this on a number line also, guys. I have 3/10 and I have 4/10. Okay, and this one's going to be 35/100. So I came over 3/10, and this is going to be where 35/100 is. Okay. Okay. That's where 35/100 is, because the hundreds is halfway between this tenth and this tenth. We haven't quite made it to the next tenth, have we? Do you guys see that on a number line? So which one's bigger? The 4/10. Okay? All right. All right, so go ahead and work on your partner practice, and then I'm going to show you the answers. Pause this video, and then I'll show you the answers as you're working on it. Just a second, Lily, just a minute, let me finish this video. Okay, I'm trying to show the answers here. Okay, so on your partner practice, this is the answer key, you can check it. You pause this to see. Did you do all of the partner practice? Then just hold on for a second, okay?